All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be playing Domain Zoo. The list has been fairly stock for about a year. We're playing 4 Ragavan, 4 Territorial Kavu, 4 Scion of Draco. For some of our creatures, we're playing Doorkeeper Thrull, which stops triggered abilities whenever they enter. So that'll stop Phlage from sacrificing itself. It'll stop Nulldrifter from sacrificing itself, and it'll be really good against all the blink decks that are running around right now. Notably, it only stops artifacts and creatures, so we still get to use our Leyline Binding. Leyline of the Guildpact plus Scion of Draco makes a basically indestructible board. Just for some interaction, we've got Leyline Binding, exile anything, Lightning Bolt, deal 3 damage anywhere, Stubborn Denial, counter non-creature spells, Consign to Memory, counter colorless or triggered abilities. Our lands are pretty stock. We have Indatha Triome and Steam Vents as our way to get Domain on turn 2. We're playing 2 Arena of Glory to be able to haste out pretty much any of our creatures. And then for the sideboard, we have 2 Wrath of the Skies for the go low decks, Clarion Conqueror for mostly affinity, 2 more Consign to Memory for the blink decks or Tron decks, Mystical Dispute for the blue decks, Obsidian Charmaw for Tron and Amulet Titan. We've got Nihil Spellbomb and Surgical Extraction for the graveyard decks, and Wear and Tear for the artifact and enchantment decks. Alright, without further ado, let's get into match 1. Alright, we are in match 1. We're on the draw. Opponent's mulligan to 5. Let's see how things go. Waiting off Meticulous Archive, Jeskai Blink maybe? Quantum Riddler seems to aim towards so. Just go ahead and run out the Ragavan. Prismatic Ending. Okay. Oh, no, it's Esper Blink. Okay. Could be Esper Goryo. Well, without a creature, just play Indatha Triome, say go. Let's go ahead and try to surveil. It's actually not bad against them, whether they are Goryo or Blink. Yeah, we'll shock it in just in case. They have the Thoughtseize. We'll go ahead and flash this in. Hopefully they'll have a difficult time dealing with the Doorkeeper Thrull. Okay, now we're talking Scion of Draco. Oh, and they had Consign to Memory. Okay. It happens. Maybe we'll top deck another one. Opponent hasn't really done anything yet. They're just trying to control us out. They evoke in a Solitude. We'll likely just bolt. Okay, another bolt. We'll get there eventually. Okay, hard cast Subtlety. Bolt the Subtlety, they're out of cards. Okay, we get a free turn. Oh, and another land from our opponent. Rough for them. Okay, Kavu's good. Alright, let's see if they've got a board wipe. Oh, Overlord. Okay. I think we can just consign that. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We should have game next turn. And just go ahead and get them while they're tapped out. Alright, and into the sideboarding. So honestly, the Doorkeeper Thrulls do a lot in this matchup. Consign to Memory does a decent amount. Considering I saw that they had Belmerk there at the end, I'm more comfortable to say that they're Esper Blink rather than Esper Goryo. A good number of blue spells. Cuts are tricky though. Because it's not that important that we cut them off with some of their spells. Alright, yeah, we'll just trim a little. Yeah, we're back pretty fast for game 2. Yeah, I see Leyline Scion, Doorkeeper Thrull. We got everything we want here. Well, keep put the Leyline in. And it's all the opponent. Oh, the opponent kept a one-lander? Oh, that's rough. Maybe they have Consign to Memory. Okay, they do have Consign to Memory. We have another Scion of Draco that we can cast next turn. Okay, now it's going to be a tricky game for the opponent to win. No, and the hits just keep coming. And I think we actually leave Doorkeeper Thrull up here. No, let's go ahead and run out the Kavu. So we have a Consign to memory in case they do have any meaningful activated abilities, or triggered abilities. Okay, they find second land, let's go. And a Psychic Frog. I'll actually just go ahead and Leyline Binding that in instep. We're gonna be just one shy if we Phlage here. I'm actually pretty happy with my hand here. Guess we could Phlage so that way they can't shock. Or play any meaningful lands except for a basic. But then again, if they do go for that, we just Phlage anyways next turn. Now, if they fetch here, we just Phlage. And again, we have Doorkeeper Thrull and Consign to memory in case they have anything here. Alright, and that's the match. See y'all back for match 2. Alright, and we are back with match 2. We are on the draw. We opened up with Leyline. Both of us kept our 7s. Okay, we draw into another Leyline. That is A-okay. Black-green. What could we be playing against with black-green? Could be Samwise combo. Guess we'll find out. That's gonna keep up the Leyline Binding for now. Malevolent Rumble. Oh, it's Broodscale, okay. Presumably they take the Broodscale, yeah. Okay. I guess we could go ahead and fetch with this. Grab our Thundering Falls. We'll actually take another land here. And I don't believe they should be able to combo off next turn. So we'll just drop the Kavu and say go. Doorkeeper Thrull isn't going to be as important in this matchup. Not a lot of ETB effects over there on the opponent's side. Just Glaring Fleshraker, really, I believe. If they're doing Glaring Fleshraker, which likely they are. Okay, another Malevolent Rumble. See what they take off of this one. It's good to see the Broodscale lists playing Icetail Explorer now. It's a pretty interesting card. And they take... Delighted Halfling? So here we attack with Kavu. Discard draw. Get rid of the extra Leyline here. We draw into a Phlage. Which will be more helpful next turn. I want to be able to hold up this Leyline Binding here in case they go for the combo next turn. Okay, Agatha Soul Cauldron. And they have Walking Ballista in Graveyard. Okay. There's the Broodscale. Haywire Might will get our Leyline to the Guildpact. So I'll have to fetch out our correct mana. Okay, trying to think through what these next couple of turns are going to look like. They've got 2 cards left in hand. They're going to Haywire Might, likely whatever we Leyline Binding. So then we'll have to Phlage the Basking Broodscale. Okay. So we'll keep our Leyline of the Guildpact around pretty likely. And here, weirdly enough, I think it's just taking the Haywire Might, because otherwise they sacrifice it, just get whatever back. And if we do that on Agatha Soul Cauldron, they'll put a counter on something now, and then whenever they exile it, they'll get the Agathas back and be able to put another counter on something. So here, I'm actually just going to get the Indatha Triome. I don't think the Doorkeeper Thrull is going to matter all that much. Okay, another Kavu. So we've got our 5 colors here. Let's grab a mountain here. So if they wanted to here, they could Agatha Soul Cauldron, Walking Ballista. Oh, actually, I just got to thinking. They can Agatha Soul Cauldron, Haywire Might. And get rid of more artifacts and enchantments. The question is now whether we exile the Haywire Might from Graveyard, or if we discard Doorkeeper Thrull and try to draw into some more interaction with the opponent. I think we are going to discard and draw. Okay, just through another land. Still they're not chump blocking here. We'll just play out the Wooded Foothills and say go. And then next turn we'll have enough to escape Phlage. Alright, opponent's got a ton of mana. They can do pretty much whatever they want to. Okay, I still explore. Get back an Urza Saga from the yard. If I were them, if I didn't have any more action in hand, I would sacrifice the Peat Land to draw a card. Okay, they're just going for double Saga. Okay, there's a young wolf. Okay. We got some Yawgmoth like stuff going on. Oh, I forgot that we have the the Agatha Soul Cauldron. Glad to put that into the graveyard. A little less happy to have put that in the graveyard. Oh, I should have played Scion of Draco so this would have the keywords. Okay, more lands. Alright, let's see if they can win next turn. They can. I think we might be able to take game one. Opponent could make a couple constructs if they wanted. Do they have any more lands in graveyard? Oh yeah, they've got a couple fetches. Sacrifice Peat Land to draw a card. Probably replay Peat Land. And another Urza Saga. Opponent might just be a bit flooded here. I don't know, there's Boseiju. We'll grab Steam Vents tapped. Okay, Stubborn Denial isn't nothing. Kind of is, actually. Yeah, I realize we might sacrifice a Kavu here. I think I'm fine with that. Lands. Okay, there's a Phlage. So if they do let through enough damage here, we could just probably Phlage. Okay, they don't let through any damage here. And they do take one of our Kavus. Oh, and I forgot they get to bring back the Young Wolf because of the Walking Ballista effect. Okay, so we could destroy the Icetail Explorer here. Which I think is just what we kind of have to do here. Actually, if we had the other land, we might be able to go ahead and immediately bring back the Phlage. But we couldn't have known. Oh, and yeah, with them removing the counter from it. Alright, opponent's gonna get to go grab a few artifacts here. Opponent grabbed Blade of the Blood Chief and Vexing Bauble here, and what's gonna happen is they're just gonna use their Young Wolf to ping their own Young Wolf. It'll die, the Construct token will get an infinite number of +1/+1 counters, and then they attack us for game. So we'll concede that one. And then here we want to bring in the Wrath of the Skies, the Clarion Conqueror. We want to bring in Wear and Tears. And the only thing that really has to do with the graveyard, to the best of my knowledge, is Agatha Cell Cauldron and Icetail Explorer. And I don't think those are our main priority here, not enough for us to dilute our own game plan. Ragavan's not the best in this matchup. They block it a little too easily. And then they're not casting that many non-creature spells, so we'll cut the Stubborn Denials as well. And yeah, we'll run it back. Be on the play. I am not upset about this. We'll keep. Have a lot of creatures to keep on aggression. We can set up our lands here. We grab a Triumph off one, Shock Land off the other. Oh, it has a turn one play, probably. Oh, hey, where am I? Okay. Grab a Triumph. And we'll grab a Steam Vents here. And we'll just start laying on the aggression. It was unfortunate that they had the Haywire Might here, makes the Leyline Binding almost useless. However, with them tapped out, we could go for the Leyline Binding now if we really wanted. Which means we'd have to Scion this turn. Or we'd have to grab another either green or white land. Let's attack and see if we draw anything interesting. Okay, not really. I think I actually do want to play another Kavu here. Yeah, if we lose a little life, it's not the end of the world. Let's actually just grab the Temple Garden here. We'll go ahead and red-green. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and Leyline Binding the Haywire Mite. It's going to be the only thing we're going to be able to hit anyways, because they'll just always exile the Leyline Binding anyways. And this keeps it from ever going into their graveyard for them to Agate Soul Cauldron. Meanwhile, we have 10 power on board. Okay, there we go. And then for game 3, do we just run it back? I think so. Let's run it back. We have Leyline of the Guildpact. We only have one land, but we have a lot of interaction for them. We've got the 2 lightning bolts, the Leyline Binding, the Clarion Conqueror. I think they're going to have a hard time winning this as long as we see another land, and we can even surveil into a land, hopefully. Plus Scion off top would also be difficult for the opponent to deal with. Mortuary keep on top. Okay, we probably will just surveil almost no matter what they do. Yeah, as much as I want to lightning bolt that, go ahead and surveil. Well, Phlage in the graveyard isn't bad. Okay, there's our second land. So now we can lightning bolt the Basking Broodscale if they try to do anything with it, and then we have Leyline Binding back up. Is there any way for them to win next turn? So if they go Blade of the Blood Chief, pay to equip, or if they Malevolent Rumble to play it. Now, I don't think there's a way that they can win next turn, so we'll actually just go ahead and put on some pressure here. I might be about to eat my own words, we'll see, but I played Broodscale before. I don't think we're winning turn 3 off of just a Broodscale. Okay. Soul Cauldron for the Phlage. Okay, so we can lightning bolt this at an appropriate time. And then I guess we just attack and see if we can find another land. And what do we even discard here? Probably the Doorkeeper Thrull. Clarion Conqueror is also not a half bad play here. The only issue is if they have removal for it, plus Blade of the Blood Chief, we might be done for. And the question is if I want to just hold up even more removal. Or I want to go for another Kavu. I think here, I'm happy to Leyline Binding the Agatha Soul Cauldron, Lightning Bolt the Basking Broodscale. And we'll pass it from there. Oh, they Force of Vigored. Okay, that's pretty bad for us. So now our priorities are a little bit different. There's another Basking Broodscale. I think I kind of want to just Lightning Bolt here. Oh, I definitely want a Lightning Bolt here. We are just forced to grab Steam Vents off the Flooded Strand. And then next turn we will Clarion Conqueror for sure. Okay, that's everything from the opponent. Okay. There is a white land. We're actually okay with playing this here. And we'll grab Indatha Triome. Actually just gonna exile a card from graveyard right now. Opponent just finds an Urza Saga. Get in on the attacks. Discard land, hopefully find something better. Okay, another Kavu. I'll draw a card with the Nurturing Peatland. I take a block. And then we'll just play out another Kavu here. And pass it back to our opponent. Opponent just plays a Haywormite, passes it back to us. We'll attack all here. See if we can find a little more interaction. Okay, that's some good interaction. And that might be potentially game-winning. I think what we do here is we just go ahead and wear and tear. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Opponent will make a construct to block with. Opponent's down to 3 after the attacks and blocks. And we get it there. Alright, good game, opponent. And we are back for match 3. We are on the play. We kept 7. The opponent kept their 6. And we're just gonna play Ragavan, say go. Shadowy backstreet from our opponent. They're on Esper. Could be Esper Goryo or Esper Blink again. Let's see what we get with the Ragavan. Okay, Solitude would be better later. If they are Blink, the Doorkeeper Thrull actually does us a lot here. I'm just gonna play out the Temple Garden because we're probably gonna play it regardless, and say go to the opponent. Okay, opponent doesn't play anything here. We'll just go ahead and go for the Doorkeeper Thrull. Interesting that they shocked in. Makes me feel like they have some kind of removal. Oh, or it could be Thalia. It is Thalia. Let's go ahead and Scion of Draco. Oh, an opponent just lets us keep that. Okay. Okay, we just get a Marsh Flats from the opponent. We'll play out our Lush Portico. We'll actually keep that on top here. Haste Phlage next turn is going to be huge. Okay, the opponent goes for Thalia. And then what we can do is in the beginning of their combat, we'll just Leyline Binding the Thalia. Unless they give us a reason to Leyline Binding anything else. So yeah, definitely Esper Blink then. Opponent warps in Quantum Riddler. So in combat, we're just going to go ahead and get this Thalia. Alright, and that'll get us game 1. So let's bring in the Consign Memories, the Mystical Disputes. Clarion Conqueror could stop the Teferi. Wrath of the Skies doesn't do a lot against them. Graveyard Hate doesn't do a lot against them. Yeah, I think it's just these. Will cut. Doorkeeper Thrull are going to be really good in this matchup. Honestly, I like a lot of what we have against them. Stubborn Denial is pulling a lot of weight here. It's probably the Lightning Bolts go. Besides Thalia, there's not a lot we hit with Lightning Bolt. Maybe we cut a Nulldrifter to keep one of the Lightning Bolts. Yeah, I like running back with that. And we're back for game 2. We kept our 7. It's not the most powerful 7. The lands are probably going to hurt us a little bit, but Doorkeeper Thrull is really what's making me keep this hand. Because against the Blink deck, double Doorkeeper Thrull, it's a death sentence for them. We did both keep our 7s, however. And if they try to go for anything crazy next turn, we might just be able to consign to memory the trigger. Okay, nothing from the opponent here. I think I want to grab a Surveil land here. See if we can find us another land. Not exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking something with green. They might go for Thalia here. Yep, there's the Thalia. And then if they try to warp something in, we just Doorkeeper Thrull. Alright, there it is. So maybe they have removal for the Doorkeeper Thrull. If they do, we might be in a rough position. Hindsight, what I could have done is instead with the Felia trigger, Consign to memory. Oh goodness, we need lands. Okay. Opponent just plays Emperor Bones, takes a land out of our graveyard, and then exiles their own Emperor Bones to presumably grow their Felia. And we're just going to consign to memory to essentially just remove the Emperor Bones. Okay, deck. And it's not like we're going to block with the Doorkeeper Thrull, so we'll get in what we can here. I think I was really punished for not consigning to memory the Felia earlier. Or maybe I was punished for keeping the hand that I did. Alright, we just pinged in for one. Opponent grabs Surveil land, keeping on top. Terrifying. Okay, there's Belmerk. I think we let them have whatever they want here, and then they're likely going to Felia blink the Overlord. We'll just consign to memory the Felia trigger at end step again. What would they grab back? Psychic Frog. Yeah, I think we're done for this game. And they'll likely play Psychic Frog post-combat, and then we'll just consign to memory the Felia return trigger at end step again. I'm not sure what we can draw to get out of this at this point. Oh, whoops. Okay, nope. Accidentally skipped through that. We'll go to game 3. I don't think we were winning it anyways. Maybe Felia is enough of a problem that we do just want to have the lightning bolts. Mystical Dispute might not be hitting as much as I want it to. Yeah, let's just run it back like this. Be on the play for game 3. Honestly, again, this one's not as bad, because we at least have the lands that we need. We'll keep it. I think we should be relatively safe to go for the Territorial Kavu next turn. I don't think the opponent's going to be doing anything too impactful during their turn 2. Nothing from the opponent except land. We will just play out Mountain and go for the Territorial Kavu. Opponent Fatal pushes Kavu. Honestly, better than do that for the Kavu rather than the Doorkeeper Thrull. They go ahead and play the Psychic Frog. That's okay, we have the Leyline Binding. Do we have a Hollowed Fountain? Oh, we wouldn't be able to grab Hollowed Fountain anyways. What can we grab here? So the color we're missing is black. If we can't grab the Godless Shrine either. Okay, the fetch is lined up a little rough. I think what we do is... So we grab something blue, reduce the cost of Leyline Binding. I think we actually just go for Steam Vents here. Seems a little strange, but what we can do is we can Lightning Bolt Psychic Frog. They'll probably discard a couple cards to it, and then we Leyline Binding the Psychic Frog anyways. And then we still get to hold up Consign to Memory. Or there's a chance they might just let us take the frog. Got him. So we 3 for 2 there. Opponent still has a good number of cards in hand, though. For a possible 3 mana play here, so they have Quantum Riddler. They'll get to draw a card. And then they ephemerate. Ugh. So the Consign to Memory would really just stop the draw effect. But they're gonna get to draw enough anyways. I think we'll just have to leave that be. Rough. Yeah, we'll just grab us a Surveil land, try to find a way out of this. Quantum Riddler is tough for this deck to deal with without Leyline Binding. Alright, just pass it to our opponent. Yeah, we just gotta take that one. Another Quantum Riddler will prevent the draw here. Okay, another Ephemerate. grab us a Surveil land, probably the Lush Portico. Leyline of the Guildpact's not gonna get us there. And now we've got 2 Quantum Riddlers to deal with. 2, 3, 4, 5. We can Phlage next turn. Oh no, I forgot we've got Doorkeeper Thrull out. Okay, we just have a Phlage out now. Sorry, we haven't really gotten this combo yet. However, the opponent is hitting us for 8 this turn. Hey, there's a Belmerk. We don't have that many things that are great to consign at this point. So we'll go ahead and use our consign to memory. And that's all we can do here. Opponent gets in for a massive chunk. Man. Turn earlier, turn earlier. We'll keep it secret for now, in case we draw into something meaningful. So here we're gonna have to chump block one of the Quantum Riddlers with the Doorkeeper Thrull. Oh, and there's Felia. Oof. Oh, and then now they're getting to draw a couple extra cards as well. So they're going from 1 to 4. I think we're cooked. I think we're cooked. Oh, and I just remember they can actually Felia get rid of the Doorkeeper Thrull. We're out of blockers, and that's going to be game. Good game, opponent. Good game. Alright, we're back with our next match. We're on the play. We kept our 7, as did the opponent. We are a little threat light right now, but we do have double Doorkeeper Thrull. We don't know what we're playing against yet, but if it's another Blink deck, we're in a good position. Ooh, Breeding Pool tapped from the opponent. And we actually will dig a little bit for some more aggression here. Okay, there's a Kavu. Might be playing against... Oh, not Simic Ritual. Okay, we're playing against some type of affinity strategy. There goes our... guy. Lots Opal, Savine Reclamation. Okay, there's a Scion of Draco, though. Okay, let's think here. So, not really worth getting our Kavu back. Maybe we just get rid of the Emery. Yeah, I think we get rid of the Emery here. is just going to get them a lot of value. And now that we have the Scion of Draco out, along with the Leyline, it's going to be difficult for our opponent to interact with us from here. Oh, and then they just have second Emery. Okay. That'll happen. And then a Malevolent Rumble. I'm getting flashbacks to Grinding Station right now. Oh, you know what? That probably is what this is. This is probably the, Jeskai Ascendancy deck. Savine's Reclamation seems to indicate toward that as well. Yep, there's the Jeskai Ascendancy. They have the double Mox Opal. Yeah, it's whenever it's cast, too. So it's not even an ETB, so this isn't going to stop it. And they just get to repeatedly cast Mox Amber, Legendary Rule, one goes to graveyard, they untap Emery, keep casting it, they'll draw and discard throughout their entire deck, and then the Emery and the Eldrazi spawn token will be infinitely large. We don't necessarily lose this turn, but let's see what they've got in their deck. Okay, this is the part of the deck we got to see from our opponent. They have Lava Spur Boots and Phlage as well, to even go a bit further, but we get the general idea of their deck. So we'll just concede it here. And we actually have a good bit to sideboard here. Realize Doorkeeper Thrull works well with the Phlage, but I don't think it's going to be the thing winning us this match. What we're going to do is we're going to bring in all this, cutting all this, and run it back. Take the play. Wow, we see basically our entire sideboard here. I guess we keep it. Lead off with Ragavan. I think it's going to be difficult for our opponent to combo off. I think we're just going to ship it back here. We really don't want to trade the Haywire Might and the Ragavan here. Who knows, if they play Urza Saga this turn and we top deck another land, we might be able to wear and tear the Haywire Might and the Urza Saga. Okay, there's the Emery. Okay, Kavu's not exactly what we want to see here. I do think we still play it, though. We can't cast the Wrath of the Skies because we don't have double white. Wear and Tear just kills one artifact. Probably Haywire might, but they probably wouldn't take the block there. But if they have another Imri, they would. I think just getting out the Kavu's a little better here. Can probably help dig us into another land. And then we'll ship it back, and then whenever they activate Imri, we'll just Surgical Extraction, whatever they Imri for. This opponent has almost a full hand here. We really don't want to be Surgical Extracting Mishra's Bauble or Quarry Steelcutter. We really want to hit like their Mox Opal or their Mox Amber whenever they're trying to go for the combo. But here, just so we don't get outvalued, we'll go ahead and Surgical Extraction the... what's likely going to be a Mishra's Bauble from our opponent. Okay, we see Malevolent Rumble here. Probably take the Jeskai Ascendancy, I'd imagine. They don't have white mana yet, though. What do they end up taking? Chooses Mox Amber. And they'll just go ahead and immediately play it. And we're just doing this so they don't outvalue us here. Okay. Territorial Kavu back to hand. Okay. So we do hit another land. We could... we really want to be able to deal with this Imri here is the big problem. So we could either Wrath the Skies X equals 1 to hit their Haywire Might and their Mox Amber. Or we just play out Kavu or Scion. Actually, if we play out Scion here, that gives the Ragavan first strike. Let's just do that. Hold on. So we've got... so we're missing blue. But we really want to have white-blue mana. Okay, let's just... oh, actually, we need to go ahead and get our blue mana. Yeah, the more I play this deck, the more I want a Hollowed Fountain. So it has to be Steam Vents here? And that's if we want to keep up the tear, which I kind of want to keep up the tear. So this gives the Ragavan first strike. So it can't lose in combat to the Haywire Might. They'll still take the block, though. And then we'll just pass it to the opponent. Okay, they take the Mox Opal here. Imagine that's coming down almost immediately. Okay, opponent woodlands the Jeskai Ascendancy. This is why we leave this up. So we will tear the Jeskai Ascendancy. And it's in our opponent's hands from here. Okay, perfect. Now we can Phlage the Emery. Maybe get something with the Ragavan. Okay, just to consign to memory. We do still get to keep the tear up here, though. Opponent plays land, Tamiyo, and then Savine's Reclamation to get back Emery Lurker of the Loch. If we top deck land, we might just Wrath of the Skies X equals 3. Okay, there's land. Yeah, we get hurt if they have like Spell Pierce or something, but I think we still just do it. Here we do want another white. Possibly another green in the future as well, so we'll grab Temple Garden. And then big Wrath turn. Let's see if the opponent counters. Is their last card in hand Spell Pierce or something similar? Oh, they Unholy Heat the Draco. Okay, cleared board then. Okay, and then next turn, I think we just probably get back the Phlage. Doesn't Savine's Reclamation have flashback? It does, and they drew the land to be able to flash it back. Spell is cast from your graveyard, you may copy the spell, and you may choose a new target for the copy. So they can get back 2 things with the Savine's Reclamation here. Depending on what they are, we might have to wear and tear something. Oh, and they get that back, the Soul Guide Lantern. Okay. Fair enough, opponent. Don't think they're going to be able to go off next turn with no cards in hand, so what we'll do is we'll just play out the Kavu and the Draco here. And pass it to the opponent. Okay, the Malevolent Rumble, pretty good top deck for them. Looks like all they can grab back, though, is a land. Could take the Spire of Industry. They'll draw a card off of the Soul Guide Lantern. And then they play another Malevolent Rumble? Okay. They'll probably grab back Urza Saga here, I imagine. Oh no, they choose Mox Opal. Okay, well next turn we can wear and tear. Okay, they just give it to us. Alright, is there anything we want to change sideboard-wise? For game 3, we're actually going to cut the Ragavans, because there's so much that can block it in the deck, between Tamiyo, Haywire Might, if they really wanted to, Emery, and we're just going to bring in some more hate with Mystical Dispute, Nulldrifter, and Stubborn Denial. Okay, we'll keep this. We've got a good bit of interaction. We can destroy creatures with Lightning Bolt and Phlage. We've got Wrath of the Skies. Though we can't cast it quite yet. We don't have enough types. Or sorry, we don't have enough white. But hopefully we should be able to top deck a land that can get us a white source. This is exactly the kind of board we want to Wrath on. I think here I do just want to get the Emery. Okay, opponent just plays tap land go. There is a white source for us. We can't cast the Scion this turn, so we're actually just going to play the Temple Garden tapped and say go to the opponent. However, if they do just throw down their hand this turn, we do get to Wrath for X=1 next turn. We might hold off to be able to Wrath for 2 instead, to just get rid of the Quarry Steelcutter. Okay, I'm thinking we just Phlage, destroy the Monk token here. We actually have another white source we can grab. Okay, our only white source is if we did want to Wrath next turn. Unfortunately, are tapped. Oh, man. I think we do have to prioritize the Wrath here, and maybe just play out the Scion of Draco. Pilferer might be difficult for the opponent to get around. Okay, doubtful of it now. Okay, what does the opponent take here? Okay, opponent kept a Mishra's Bauble, they play a Lava Spur Boots. Oh, and they don't take the attack, and they don't cast the Mishra's Bauble. They did take Mishra's Bauble, right? Yeah. Interesting. So now we Arena of Glory. And I do think we're just going to try to wipe the board here. Alright, let's see how the opponent responds to that. There's Tamiyo, Bauble. And then next turn we can just Phlage the Tamiyo and then Nihil Spellbomb. Alright, opponent just passes it back to us. Yeah, let's go ahead and Phlage. Okay, and that's the match. Good game, opponent. Alright, we are back for our next match. We have nothing good here. We're going to be on the play, by the way. So we mulligan. Honestly, too many rounds, but we really don't want to go down to 5, so we'll keep it. Alright, we'll just go ahead and set up our domain. Flooded Strand, say go. And then we'll probably go for Kavu unless we have any reason to believe the opponent's on blink. Faithless looting, okay. So we'll get a little more of an idea of what our opponent's on. Oh, okay, Dredge. I'll grab our Indatha Triome. They've got a Golgari Thug in graveyard. We got a little bit for this in the sideboard. Let's grab a Steam Vents. Okay, so this is just going to be about racing here. We're having to hurt ourselves a little bit to race, but gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, and this is going to be the Artist Talent variant, because we see the Lava Dart and Grave. Okay, opponent casts Life from the Loam, returning some lands. Probably going to try to go for a large Conflagrate next turn. Alright, we just attack here. Oh man, we could exile something from their graveyard. Get rid of the Golgari Thug. I want to draw some more action, but I actually do like that. I guess our goal for the next turn is just flash in Doorkeeper Thrull and then Surveil land, try to find something better off top. Alright, they return Life from the Loam, they mill another Lava Dart. I have a full hand of 7 here. We got him down to 9 though. Alright, let's flash in the Doorkeeper Thrull. Find a Surveil land. We'll go for the Lush Portico here. Ragavan's not great, actually, because I can just flash back the Lava Dart, put in the graveyard. Okay, we have Leyline Binding. Don't think it's going to be the most important for us here. The question is whether we take... Let's just get rid of as many of their dredgers as possible. And we'll just dig for another Surveil land next turn. We've got the Leyline Binding in case they play the Artist talent, or if they go for enough Arc Light Phoenixes. They're going down to 2 here, though. Opponent Surveils 1 to the top, and Otherworldly putting 2 lands into the graveyard and 1 card on top. Alright, they're down to 1. Okay, there's the Artist talent. Let's go ahead and take their Artist talent. Now, in response, they can flash back another Lava Dart. So they discard some cards. Oh, they're on Burning Inquiry. Interesting. Okay, let's see if they get there. Opponent flashes back Otherworldly Gaze and doesn't find anything they need. I think they may have gotten a little unlucky there. We didn't see any Arclight Phoenixes. We didn't see any Creeping Chills. Okay. Okay, so here we bring in Surgical Extraction, Nihil Spellbomb. And the Wear and Tears, and we probably just cut Ragavan since they're a Lava Dart deck. Alright, we'll run it back like that. Alright, we're on game 2. We see Nihil Spellbomb and Surgical Extraction, so we'll keep that every time. Opponent mulligans to 6. They Faithless Looting. If they put an Imp into the graveyard, I might just Surgical Extraction that. Okay, it's a Thug. Okay, the question for us now is whether we want to Nihil Spellbomb, Surgical Extraction, or set up for Scion of Draco. I think I want to set up for the Scion of Draco. And then just go ahead and Surgical Extraction the Golgari Thug, maybe? Yeah, they might be pretty reliant on that Golgari Thug there. Especially considering they only discarded land in that. If they had another Dredger, they probably would have discarded it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the Thug. This also lets us see their deck in hand, so they've just got Burning Inquiry and Otherworldly Gaze. They have the Arclight Phoenixes, the Artist talent, Burning Inquiry, Creeping Chill, Life from the Loam, Stinkweed Imp. Okay. Did they sideboard anything interesting? The Lightning Axes, I think? Just the Lightning Axes and Into the Floodmaw? Okay. And we'll play land and pass it to the opponent. They Otherworldly Gaze in their upkeep. Trying to see if they can mill over a Dredger. They mill over Mountain Lava Dart Arid Mesa. I figured they would have went for Burning Inquiry there. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get our Scion out so we can start pressuring them. And then we'll have our Nihil Spellbomb and Scion of Draco for next turn. Assuming they don't Burning Inquiry, they might just Burning Inquiry us. Okay, they dredge a Creeping Chill. And an Arclight Phoenix. And they have Lava Dart and Burning Inquiry. So they're not quite there to get the Arclight Phoenix back quite yet. Okay, they cast Life from the Loam. Get back some lands. Question is if I want to haste the Scion of Draco. No matter what, I cast the Nihil Spellbomb. And then we probably go ahead and hit their graveyard now, so that way they don't have the Lava Dart or the Arclight Phoenix. Hasting the Scion of Draco, I don't think increases our clock any. Or does it? So we'll hit 8, then 8, 16. It makes it to where they can't fetch shock. Yeah, let's just go ahead and... Oh, we don't have the other red. We were supposed to tap that. Okay, we'll just regular cast it for now. And then let's go... Actually, let's do it after the Thundering Falls. Make sure they don't get another Dredger. Okay, let's go ahead and get their graveyard here. Can't pay for it yet. Honestly, even if they get back an Arclight Phoenix, we have Scion of Draco to block. So I think we're in an okay position. We have hurt ourselves a lot here. Down to 11. Truthfully, even if we top deck a Leyline with a Guildpact, maybe we just do that. Take the Lush Portico here. Don't need any more lands. Oh, oh, that's awful. We draw 3, discard 3. We discard our non-lands and just draw into a bunch more lands. Okay, and they get back Arclight Phoenix. Oh my goodness, more lands, lands. Ah. I don't know, I'm gonna have to be able to surveil. I think we just keep up the Scion as a blocker right now. We went from being in a really winning position to a not-so-winning position. Oh, they mill over a Creeping Chill. How many lava darts they used? I don't even fully feel comfortable fetching here, because if they have a lava dart in hand, we're in a pretty bad position. Alright, we just pass it back. And the longer this game goes on, the more likely they are to win it. Oh, they had Conflagrate in Graveyard, okay. So anything changed for this one? Really don't think so. Consign to Memory actually isn't that great against them. What is Consign to Memory doing? Stopping the art-like Phoenix triggers? Do we just bring in Clarion Conqueror as another threat, maybe? We're gonna be on the play. Let's bring in a couple Ragavans, and if they point the lava darts at that, all the better. We are gonna mulligan that one, no lands. We will keep this one. We've got Doorkeeper plus Phlage. Maybe we put back the redundant Leyline of the Guildpact. Okay, opponent's mulliganing to 5. Hopefully a good sign for us. Which we're basically also down to 5 with the Leyline. Go ahead and play the Triome and pass to the opponent. The Leyline of the Guildpact is going to save us a good amount of life here, too. Honestly, I think I'm just trying to go for the Phlage combo here. Oh, top deck Surgical Extraction, that's good. We didn't see Blood Moon last game. I couldn't imagine they're a Blood Moon deck. They're not a Blood Moon deck. Let's play out the Phlage. Attack the opponent. And they'll probably Surveil land here, and if they get something good, like a Stinkweed Imp, okay. Let's see how the opponent deals with this Phlage now. Okay, there's the Stinkweed Imp. And if they Burning Inquiry here. Okay, they throw the X. Interesting. Do they have a second one? Oh, they probably got Lava Dart. Oh, or they're trying to discard Lava Dart. Let's get the Stinkweed Imp here. Anything else different about their deck that we need to watch out for? Arclight Phoenix, Artist Talent, Burning Inquiry, Golgari Thug. Golgari Thug, Life from the Loam, Lightning Axe. Nope, looks like most of the same stuff, and their hand just has lands, Faithless Looting, Lightning Axe. Okay, they drew a couple thugs and discarded them. Okay, we're at 21. We can possibly surveil for something better against our opponent here. Okay, they get a Creeping Chill. Okay, they're dredging a bunch. Oh, and they just give it to us there. All right. 4-1 for the league. And I guess I'll be right back with the wrap-up. Alright everybody, and we are back with the wrap-up. So all in all, the deck performed very well, 4-1 for the league. Everything worked pretty well together. We didn't really get to see Nulldrifter in any of the games. I sideboarded it out in most matchups. But I still believe it's pretty decent as a one-of. You can replace it with whatever you want. Fable the Mirror Breaker, Quantum Riddler, whatever fancies you. But deck performed well. All the cards saw a pretty decent amount of play. We opened up with Leyline of the Guildpact pretty frequently. Anytime we had Scion of Draco out, I felt like we were winning. Pretty much all of the sideboard cards saw play. We ran against some Affinity-esque style decks where Clarion Conqueror, Wrath of the Skies, and Wear and Tear did a lot of work. Y'all saw in that very last matchup, Nihil Spellbomb and Surgical Extraction did quite a bit of work against the Dredge deck. And yeah, all in all, the deck did very well. That's it for the wrap-up. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, comment what deck you want to see me play next, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.